Go here.
There we go.
And go here. There's a million steps.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
We're back over here. We're gonna our faces are gonna pop up. And our audio is on. Get that going for us. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I gotta press the button. See the new user interface. Yeah, everything has to be manually done with the new user interface. Good morning, Gloucester. It is April 27th. A couple of days. The sun is actually out today for April. That's a big thing. We have a podcast virgin with us today. Actually, you've probably been on in your former life. Did you ever slide into the podcast before?
I don't think so.
You were in the background?
My very first time, maybe in the background.
Amanda Pollock, starting her job tomorrow as the new executive director at Discover Gloucester. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
You were selected from many people, and everybody is very excited for you to see what you're going to do.
Yes, I'm thrilled. I'm beyond excited. This has been so exciting to be part of the board and now take the lead in this capacity. And I'm just thrilled to get started. I start tomorrow and ready to hit the ground running.
Did you go to school for hospitality?
I did not. I actually went to school for early childhood education, so a little bit of a pivot from from my career path. But I've always been very community oriented, and being in Gloucester, I've worked in small groups within the tourism community. Most recently, working for Beauport Hotel, but just really have such a passion for this city and the residents and businesses. It's just an exciting time.
So people know about the Chamber forever. A lot of people know about Discover Gloucester. What do you see as Discover Gloucester's main mission? And what are you going to bring to the table to help downtown Gloucester and bring people? Because Discover Gloucester has different mission statement than the Chamber, right?
We do. And the Chamber, they have a skill set that really looks at, small Gloucester as a whole and all of those businesses, but Discover Gloucester, we're really focusing on the marketing side of things and working with our businesses to, enhance their visibility. We've made huge strides over the last couple of years. There's been some really amazing leaders within Discover Gloucester, and being on the board for the last 5 years, I've watched it sort of evolve and leverage itself. And we've done some really amazing things. Most recently, bringing Brittany on board. She's done so much. Yeah. She's just done an incredible job. So I'm really looking forward to working with her in that role.
As a person that leans on Brittany occasionally, I can tell you if we have an event or something like that, I reach out to her, and she's quick, really good. She's efficient, and she's right there when you need her. She's responsive, and she does a really good job. So
she does.
Yeah,
we're so fortunate to have Brittany, and I'm hoping we're just like a dynamic duo, the two of us, and having the board support. We're really lucky.
So so as a podcast virgin, we have to ask you a couple questions. I don't know if you know what's coming. Do you know what's coming?
I don't know, Joey.
No, okay. So you don't know that. No, you don't have to. You don't have to get afraid yet. Did you say scared?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
I think she said you don't have to be scared. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Nicole's here?
You know what I wanted to say? Wait. I know, I'm Nicole's here. I'm in the back row. I've been bumped to the back row.
Hello.
I wanted to say, because you didn't go around and introduce everybody, but I wanted to talk about my ride over here really quickly.
Yeah.
And how lucky we all are.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
So I left Magnolia. Gorgeous. Went by Pat and Jim's house. They were already here, obviously. Went down around Stage 4 Park. Oh, right there. You have it.
Yeah.
Got stuck at the bridge for 3 amazing songs. Like woke up, dancing a little bit in my car. went through downtown, went by the end of Chris and Jamie Street, got to the back shore, beautiful, got to your beautiful street. And the whole way I was like, we're so lucky. So lucky.
It's all about attitude, isn't it?
Yep.
Because you could have looked at that and say you got stuck at the bridge and be cursing.
Nope.
But you took it as an opportunity to be upbeat and positive.
Only reason it would have been a problem is you twitching over here that I was coming in hot and being late. But I sent the picture. Was there a little bit of twitching?
No, he didn't twitch at all.
Oh,
But I
okay.
do think
Not
you've got to
twitching.
be a little more cognizant. You got to plan a little bit better.
For the
Leave
bridge
the
being
house
open?
a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
You know, we're all here at 8:30.
Yeah.
You come strolling in.
Did I miss the live intro? Did I come in like Kramer on Seinfeld? Was I sliding in 2 feet?
Oh, that would have been a good move. Hey, you got to try that
Yeah,
next
like
time.
Drew does.
Yeah, Drew does.
Yeah. Oh, so I should do it. Thank you for the reminder about the introductions. We have on camera 2, Pat Dalpiaz manning the comments. New camera angle right here. We're trying out right here. The side profile of Pat Dalpiaz manning the comments. And we do have a podcast prize. Why don't we do that while we got you right there, Pat? We have Marshview Farms baseball cap. If you share the podcast and type shared, Pat will take your name down when she sees that you typed shared. And
It will be in the store
it'll be in the store. And you're planning on being in the store from when?
till 3 today. After the podcast, till 3 today.
There you go.
Stop in,
Stop
Where are you
in.
going to be after that?
and then I think we're going to go to
Sunday
the
fun
Gloucester
day.
House and then to the Rum Line.
Ooh,
Big day.
doubling up. Lost House and Roland.
Sunday fun day.
All right. And then we have over here, we have Chris Lang.
No, it never gets old.
Never gets old. Everybody, listen, people on the street tell me all the time they love it with the different names.
Yeah.
They do. It's kind of, to me, I'm like, this is really corny. But people get upset if I
People
don't
have
do it.
repeated it to me the way that you say it.
Yeah, there you go. You got Jimmy Dalpiaz back here.
Not on the button.
Not on the button, but in other ways, sometimes he's on the button. Right, Pat? He likes the Jimmy on the button. I do have the graphic loaded up too for a special. And we have Nicole Wadsworth back here. By the way, I saw both of your sons in the last 2 days. Did not recognize Finn at all.
Really, he's so tall. He's the same height as Thatcher now.
He stood next to me for 2 minutes, and if he didn't introduce himself to me, I wouldn't have known it was him.
That's funny. Where'd you see him?
Virgilio's.
Of course.
Yeah.
Was he writing $20 for the tip the way he learned that lesson?
No.
We've
He
talked
was.
about that before.
It was like a crappy day out, and he was like working on someone's boat, scraping the bottom.
Yep.
Can't get him away from boats.
No, you cannot.
Cannot get him away from boats.
Hey, Joe, real quick, Nicole, since we're here, you wrote a beautiful thing about the Scarlet.
Thank you.
About the man that was lost his
Yeah.
life on the Scarlet boat.
Yeah.
Your write up. It's in Good Morning Gloucester, I think, right?
I know, but it probably will be.
Then it should be, folks. You got to take a look. It was really
Yes.
I was counting
Yes, it
on you. I
is.
was counting on
I
you.
will do it. I will do it
All
for
right, thank-
tomorrow. But yeah,
Thank you.
so sad.
There's a
And
fun.
look for it, folks.
There's a GoFundMe for the family
Yes.
right now. If you go to Rose's Marine Instagram page, they have a link to the GoFundMe. And Rose's Marine had a nice picture of the boat. I should have grabbed that graphic. I didn't, but
It might be. A lot of people have been sharing Robert Sabagi.
That's the one.
Yes,
Yeah.
photo. That's his photo. That,
The drone
people
shot.
have been giving
The
him.
side of the boat.
Mhm.
oh, I have a
Come
different
in.
one with Kellen on the boat.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
nice.
Anyway, that's this town we live in, and that things happen. It's I think it's a young family involved. I don't really know the people, but
Yeah, he was 26. He had a wife and one child, young child, and another one on the way.
right. Oh God, and awful. It was just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
This is going to be a difficult, a really strange segue. All right, we're going to come back to.
Come back to poor Amanda's.
We're going to come back to Amanda's questions.
She's
Back
on
to
the
you,
hot seat.
Amanda.
It just doesn't sound. Going to a silly joke does not seem right. Chronicle tomorrow features Gloucester back. What is it called? It's how are they called? Main Street and Back Roads of Gloucester, 7:30 tomorrow. Potentially featuring a Gloucester blogger. I don't know who it could be. But also they went to not Maritime Gloucester, the Genomics, GMGI. Good Morning Gloucester Institute, also known as Good Morning Gloucester Institute. They went there. we spent some time at Jeff, the painter. Oh my God, why am I spinning?
Weaver.
Jeff Weaver's. We brought him over there at Castaways. They spent time a bunch of different places. They always do a great. Chronicles is such a solid production and classy and well done. Just for them to come to town is always a treat, right?
It's the longest continuously running local news program in the country.
Wow.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, that's
Look at
amazing.
Chris coming in with
Boom.
Yeah.
Just
all
like
the
that.
Fun facts.
details.
Our friend Pauline Bresnahan
So
opened
zero.
up her shop, and you went by, didn't you, Pat?
We did, yes, we did. And as always, there were other people in there saying hello and welcoming her back. And she has a few new things, a few things that are familiar to you. I purchased one of the Gloucester ornaments.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to benefit the shipping cost, help cover the shipping costs for the women's overseas
Service people.
service people, Operation Troop Support, I think it's called. That she always sponsors. The lobster trap tree ornaments go for the men's materials, and the new Gloucester one goes for the women's.
Awesome.
That's
That's
cool.
She always
great.
does
That's
good
very
stuff.
cool.
Good morning, Phil Scannell. Good morning to Robert and Annette Spanks, the swingers from the highest STD rate community in the United States at the Villages. Good morning, Kathy Barlow. Good morning, Jamie Langanopoulos. Good morning to Annie Rochon, Pat McNally, Steve Conti, Linda Jerome Tupman, Mike Rogers. Good morning to you, Carol Lupian, Joanne Wood. Thank you, Pat, for putting up the link to the GoFundMe. And Kathy Barlow says when she gets into town, she's buying one of those beautiful ornaments. There you go. All right, well, I'll call it up. Yes.
How have you done Death Row Meal with Amanda?
Because we went right from talking about the guy that just died, and I didn't want to go into a silly thing right away. So I mentioned that I was going to come back.
I think I derailed it a little bit. It was my fault.
No, actually,
Like, you have to do that and make me feel guilty then?
But you asked, so that's what I was saying.
Don't just sit quiet.
This is so
No.
this is so awkward.
Microaggressions going on.
So
What?
like you went from like you just talked about 3 things.
I explained it when we were talking that I'm not going to go right into this, Amanda, because it'd be kind of awkward.
We move at the speed of the news. It's fast-paced.
But seeing as but I was no, not at all, not at all.
You're in the line of fire.
No, but we
Watch out.
talked about it. Anyway, so there's that. So speaking of, thank you, Kate, for that segue. Because Kate is the best. No one better than Kate. By the way, Kate does have a coming in May, a 3-bedroom on a cul-de-sac, and it is going to be an amazing property. So look for that on her social media. Amanda, we have 2 questions for you:
Okay.
death row sub and death row meal.
Oh.
So do you know the premise? The premise is you're on death row, and the warden comes in and says, tomorrow's your day. We'll get you a sub from any sub shop or deli, restaurant, anywhere. But you can't say my mother's meatball sub. It has to be at a real place.
Don't tell my mother that.
And so what would your death row sub be? And what you have to name the place and what the order is.
I'm gonna go with a classic St. Joe from Virgilio's.
It is. I think it's St. Joseph sandwich is probably
It's definitely
50% of the total votes, and then
pretty close.
and then it's the field. It's amazing how many people pick that, and they're for good reason. Second question: death row meal. And again, at a certain restaurant, can't be your mother's home cooking.
That's a hard one.
Well,
Oh my goodness. I just went on an amazing vacation and tried so many delicious foods. So I have that in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. Korean barbecue was like top tier for me. I'd go back and have that again.
and what was the name of the place?
Jean Gros in New York City.
Mm.
Oh
Oh, boy.
But locally,
I saw
Always
you.
my favorite part of the
Yeah.
day.
I saw your Instagram. I mentioned this to you this morning. The food, every stop along the way,
Yeah.
looked outrageous.
I'm definitely a foodie, so
Yeah.
that was a focal point of our trip, and it was pretty
That
incredible.
is amazing. Chris has a topic that we're going to get right into. Oh, by the way, Chris, congratulations! Your Senator John Sununu platform is now.
Well, it's there. We're getting there.
Amanda's mother apparently is listening.
I'm sure she
Oh,
is.
nice, Deb. Good morning, Deb.
Hi, Mom.
So we're coming right along. So this is we've talked about it before. It's been in the works. I've been working on this project for 6 years now. So it's an EV charger, fully renewable, powered entirely by the sun, not grid tied. Eliminates the need for permitting, which takes a long time, and site work and construction costs. But it's not necessarily just for EVs. It's also a microgrid. It can power your house.
Oh.
It can be tied to the grid. So,
Wow.
like when people get a Tesla Powerwall, for example, that's a 33 kilowatt hour battery. This unit has a minimum of 100 kilowatt hour battery. So it's like having 3 Tesla Powerwalls.
It's self-contained.
Yeah.
So it generates and stores.
It generates and stores. There's a battery in there. This one that you're looking at is configured to charge EVs. They can also be configured to charge drones, e-bikes, things like that. And then we're getting a lot of interest, early interest from military, because we have a military application which is about 3 times the size, and also has this cloaking technology on it. So as planes fly over, it's completely invisible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So we were in Puerto Rico. I mean, the first 2.5 days that we were there, the Puerto Rico has big time power problems.
Yeah.
And there were many houses that had solar. There were many houses. Yeah, ours included. That's right. Yeah, which ran our basics for several days.
Yeah.
So we weren't completely off the, out of power. But there were some houses that were like, not particularly like the most beautiful houses or well maintained, but they had Tesla power banks.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, it would cost more to replace this house than it did for the Tesla power bank.
Or more to replace the
Right.
Tesla
Tesla.
Powerwall than
Right.
those. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So knowing that your thing is all self-contained and has the power bank, so you're not just producing the energy, you're storing the energy, which is both sides of the, because so many people think that when that we have solar here and we are the best, Kate, I think will agree, best financial decision we ever did. We're almost completely paid off of it, and we haven't paid for much electricity at all over the last 8 years or 7 years. But everybody thinks that because we have solar, that when the power goes out, that we have power stored in this house. We don't have a Tesla power bank.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Right?
Yep.
But we create it, and it goes back into the grid, and we get credits and stuff like that. When you can put it all together in one package, and I imagine the price is X, and you don't have to worry, because a lot of people don't, like, just like when you go to a restaurant and it's market price.
Yep.
So no one wants to engage in that conversation because they don't want to seem like a cheapskate.
Right.
So it eliminates that many conversations that don't even get started.
Yep.
But your unit seems like you could put a price tag on it.
You could. So it's not marketed to residential.
Consumers?
It's more of a commercial, like office parks. Somebody could put one in. It doesn't have to be on that 8,000-pound base plate either. It could be installed in the ground with the battery unit, fixed. But so that unit costs $65,000.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to install a level 2 EV charger in a public place and you're doing grid tied, it can cost you anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000 to install with permitting, site work, construction. So there is a big savings here. And really the secret sauce to this, what makes it so special, is we have a utility patented sun tracking turret. So there have been sun tracking turrets in the past, but we've developed the first of its kind single motor dual axis. So it tracks on both axes, and it only takes one small motor. So like the old sun tracking
sunflower
things, like the sunflower that moves, but the existing ones on the market have 2 motors to control the 2 axes. So you capture additional solar power, but you're burning almost as much as not almost as much, but you're burning is more. So we have a highly efficient unit. So we're excited. Yeah, this is our pilot unit. Just left the shop. It's out for testing now. And
do you have a separate Instagram account that people can follow along?
Yeah, yep, Sanu.
Oh,
we don't do a Sanu, Sunnoo. I think I have Sanu Solar.
Senator,
we haven't been doing
Senator John Sanu.
Sanu. We'll be starting to post a lot more now that we have our unit out in the field.
All right. After this is over, if you want to text it to me or Pat, so people can follow you,
Sure.
because I'm intrigued. You know, not that I'm maybe not going to buy it, but I want to follow your progress, and
No,
I think other people would too.
Yeah, I don't think anybody that's listening here is necessarily going to buy one, but I'm just happy to have people follow the journey. You know?
Of course, yeah.
Pat, could you put the one more time? Just put up for a second.
What do you want, the image, Jimmy?
Yeah, the image.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Just put that up a second.
Sorry.
So, Chris.
Yep.
Some guys think, I was talking to some of the guys over at the coffee shop, they think that if you lay on that bed and you close that, they think it's a suntan thing and their bonzo sticks out of the hole.
Oh, there you
Wow.
go. There you go.
So,
That's what Susan Coviello thought too. And I said, you just lay down on that plate and I'll lower the top part down
Right.
and we'll see how it goes.
yeah. So I just want to make sure. That,
There you go.
Pistachio green.
Yeah.
Pistachio
Anyway.
green.
just wanted to check on that.
So coming up on May 10th, Main Street, the Main Street merchants and some of the restaurants and some of the salons are having a Main Street Mother's Day stroll. And we have another graphic. So each of these merchants donated a $25 gift card or prize. And this is the premise. You pick up your passport at any of the participating stores, and you get a stamp at 10 plus locations, and you turn it in at Castaways to be entered into a multi-winner raffle for over $500 in gift cards. Castaways, Design of Mine, Gloucester Apparel, Pat D's Photos, Shore Nutrition, oh my God, my eyes, Pop Gallery, The Dress Code, Cafe Cecilia, Masshole & Co., Village Silversmith, Happy, oh my God, my
That's right.
Happy
Tales.
Tail Shop. You want you read? Can you read?
Sample this. Source Bakery, Cafe Bishko, Revive Wellness, Fireflies Boutique, Nelson's of Gloucester, Bookstore of Gloucester, Downtown Books, Mark Adrian's Shoes, Sweets of Gloucester, Cape Ann Olive Oil, Toodaloo's, and Lauren Co. Hair Salon.
There you go. Now you can write this off.
And then there's other places that are not going to be open, particularly necessarily at the time of this, but they donated gift cards, so I want to make sure they get some
Machaca,
Yeah.
Franklin, Salon Amara, Borrowed Blue, and Collection.
There you go.
Hey, we've got to
Thank
take Joey into the eye doctor quickly.
I know, it's tough.
Yeah, I'll take care.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. Thank you
There
for
we
doing
go.
all that work. I know you were a big part of the background on that.
So, Chris, speaking of getting back to your whole, charging cars and solar, you went to Ace Hardware.
This was so frustrating. So I went to, I actually went to charge my car. So typically I try to charge, on a slower, like level 2 charger, but they have those fast chargers, the Tesla chargers at the side of Ace Hardware, which charge your car. Like I can go from like 20% to basically 100% in less than an hour. So I went in there the other day because I had a long trip. I needed to charge up, get an extra 40% or whatever. I pulled in, there are 8 Tesla chargers. All 8 spots were full, and 7 of them were full of pickup trucks and other gas-powered cars. There was 1 Tesla parked there because Ace Hardware was having an event, and everybody thought, oh, no, screw it. This is nice. This is nice and convenient to Ace Hardware. It's so frustrating because there's not a lot of charging infrastructure in Gloucester. You've got those chargers, you've got City Hall, you've got Stop and Shop, and that's really it that's working right now. That would be like 6 people with EVs driving into a gas station, parking in front of the gas pumps, and then going shopping in the convenience store. Like, it's very frustrating when you're trying to charge your car. Conversely, it would be frustrating if I was blocking a gas pump.
When I did all those, when I did all the tours for,
The EVs.
for Warren, the EVs,
Yeah.
I don't know how many I did, 8 or so.
No, not that many. Probably 4.
No,
There's more than, I would say it was
4.
at least 6.
It was at least 6. Anyway, my takeaway was I would absolutely buy an EV, but I would absolutely not have an EV if I didn't have a charger at my house.
Mhm.
A charger at your house, makes it a total no-brainer. Not having a charger at your house would be an absolute. I would not do it.
Yeah. I'll say when I bought mine, I still don't have a charger at my house.
Wow.
And that was by design because I have this EV charging company. So I wanted to see what the challenges were of dealing with like public infrastructure. It hasn't been quite as bad as I thought it would be, even though we don't have a lot of it in Gloucester. You're always kind of able to find stuff. But you're right. If you have a charger at your house, you can plug in each night. It is piece of
300,
cake.
300 miles of range is going to, for me, would get me a couple of weeks. So,
Yeah.
and that's just doing it once. It was more convenient to plug in once at the house than it would be to go to the gas station, in my opinion. Conversely, dealing with being low and going to, if you don't have a charger at your house and you're running low and you go downtown and there's someone parked and they've been parked overnight at the city hall and they've been parked overnight at the front of the city lot in front of the Gloucester House, and then there's really no other ones downtown, right? So it can be frustrating and nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and the Gloucester House ones are out of service. I think they're city ones, but the ones in front of Gloucester House, those have been out of service now for a little bit.
A couple of weeks ago, I saw they had, unless they didn't fix them, they were there working on them 2 weeks ago.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. So there's that. Chris McCarthy would like a rebuttal. EV cars should not be allowed to park in spot intended for gas-powered vehicles. I can't park in EV spots. Fair is fair. So he's saying any spot, like the 99% of the parking spots in Stop and Shop, you shouldn't be able to park.
I'm just not even going to entertain McCarthy's comment.
Is this? Good morning, Chuck Shoebridge, Pam Dowdy, Christopher, Scott McLean, Tina Greel. Good morning, Tina. Kathy Robertson, Pauline Bresnahan, and your mom. And Kerry McKenna Logan, former at the chamber. And I think I'm caught up. All right, there we go.
And Phil Scale has a question for Chris.
So to fully charge your car. So Len, if you charge at home, it's pennies. Like it would probably, to keep my car charged, and I drive a lot, to charge at home would probably be $15 to $30 a month to keep my car charged up. And that's driving. I probably drive an average of 1,000 to 1,500 miles a month. If you charge at a lot of the chargers, like at Stop and Shop downtown, those are free. There's a lot of free chargers.
They're free. They're slow.
They're slower. You pick up like 15 miles per hour, 15, 20 miles an hour. The Tesla chargers, those are super fast. That costs you a little bit. It costs you less than it would cost to put gas in your car. But, if I want to go from 20% to, I usually top off around 85%, it might be $25.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that much? I didn't realize it was that much. And
only the Tesla ones are expensive.
Right, the superchargers.
Yeah.
And you're paying for that speed.
Yep.
So there's that. Congratulations to Karen Hansen, placing third with Luigi. Luigi.
Yes, I have.
Placing
It was-
third in what?
It was the Eastern Expo Morgan Horse Show,
Oh.
and she was in the open class, and that's what she took third in. So
Look at
thank you,
her.
Ron, for that
Amazing.
information.
Where was that?
Oh, beautiful
Do we
horse.
know where that event was held?
I think it was at the Equestrian Center.
So there's a good bet. Good bet there.
I think
As opposed to the Tesla.
I thought it was the IC4.
The Equestrian Center. Of course. There's that.
Lauren Park's over there, and she just.
I love this. I love this topic because we were just down in Puerto Rico. Chris has a topic speaking to traditional beach umbrellas versus the new sunshades. And Pat, you want to do it? Or you want me to put there you go. So there's your traditional umbrella. And these are the new sunshade kind of deals that are going on, that you see more and more of. And you want to speak to that?
Well, this was McCarthy's topic, but
It was.
but I do
thought it was
think
random
but
for
I
you.
do but I do think it's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I find most things on the beach all annoying personally because they all blow away and they all create problems. But I understand the need for them,
Well, the
especially with
traditional-
children.
The traditional is like a spear when
Right.
that baby goes.
It's like a
Seriously.
javelin.
Oh, it
that-
flips,
yeah, yeah.
The other one, you might be able to hook onto a boat and go flying.
What's that, honey?
Somebody died from like being put
Really?
in my-
Yeah, that's
umbrella.
happened.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well,
Bet that's not in the brochure. though.
we-
That's
That's not the
Puerto
version.
Rico.
we were in Puerto Rico every single day. Our umbrella took off every day, and that's like putting in good effort to try to make it secure. It's very windy down there.
Yeah.
Hence the Rincon, the one of the 3 top surfing destinations
Oh, yeah.
in the world.
I think with beach things like that, you got to be sensitive to what beach you're on. I think there are a lot of beaches where that's a great thing, like people use them on the beach, and then there are some beaches that are 10 feet wide and people try to put up a big tent or an umbrella and you can't walk by. Like you got to be sensitive to the environment.
See, I when I go away on vacation, I'm generally under an umbrella the whole time because I still feel like you're on vacation. You're still going to get sun just walking around.
Yeah.
And I'm older now, so I'm a little bit more sensitive about skin cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to have it.
Yeah. So
Another chunk taken out of my back.
Kate has had skin cancer. So there's that.
This conversation goes hand in hand with the whether it's appropriate to save chairs at the pool at resorts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, big pet peeve of mine.
Huge pet peeve.
Giant pet peeve. Not going to say I haven't done it before, but when you go down to the pool at like 8:15 in the morning, there's like 900 towels and books
There's
and flip flops.
There's like
Yeah.
900 chairs, no people,
No
and
people
like,
anywhere.
but there's like phones on
Yeah.
90 chairs
Yeah.
or something.
Okay.
Hard Rock made a rule at some point,
Yeah.
I remember when I worked for them, that if it was like 30 minutes left, like the pool people took everything and put it behind their like pool station.
Yeah, the resort I was just at a couple weeks ago, had that posted everywhere, but definitely did not follow through. So I felt like a super Karen down there, eyeballing
It's hard, yeah.
with a drink in my hand. Nonetheless.
Christopher, this is your topic right here. You want to read?
Oh yeah, so this is an interesting one, and I don't know what's right or wrong with this. This is more of a like, what does everybody think about this?
Yeah.
So-
I love this topic because I'm not sold on one way or another.
Yeah, I'm really not either.
Okay.
So there's this house when I drive to Newburyport. I have an office in Newburyport, in Newbury, that for years has sold eggs out in front of their house. They have a chicken coop. We have a lot of friends with chickens that, it's great to get fresh eggs. So sometimes I would stop and I would buy eggs. So let's say eggs were $5 a dozen at the time or something. They would charge $6 or $7 for a dozen eggs. So I drove by there the other day, and their eggs are now like $12 a dozen or whatever. I don't know.
10.
$10
It was
a dozen.
5 to 6, and now they're
And
10.
now they're $10 a dozen. So if you have a private chicken coop, like the food costs haven't gone up. You're not impacted by bird flu. You're just charging.
There's no tariffs.
There's no tariffs. You're just saying like, okay, well now this is what the market's charging. So I'm going to charge that. That's capitalism. That's free markets. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't know what I would do. Would I just keep charging $6 because you got to get rid of these eggs regularly every day, or would you try to just make more money? I don't know. What would you do?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm gonna be the bad guy, I think. No, I not really. What would okay, what I would do is I probably wouldn't go up on the price because and more of it would depend on if I'm moving the eggs or not. Supply and demand. I'm a big supply and demand guy. And I don't think I'd want the negative energy that would be surrounded charging $10 for eggs.
Right.
And believe me, I lean capitalist, but at the same time, $10 seems a little steep. But everything's gone up. I mean, scallops this year, $40. They were paying the boats $40 a pound for scallops. That's like triple what they ever got before, something like that.
Yeah.
So I know not everybody can pass their costs along. They also have it at their house, right? And their house, everybody's cost to operate their house has gone up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't hate them for it, but it'll be interesting to see if that $10 sign stays up, or if they get backed up with eggs,
Right.
and then the price comes down.
Yep.
Right? Anybody have any thoughts about it? Where are you at on this?
I don't know. I
It's
think
a tough one,
there
right?
is a tough one. I guess I initially was like, no, I'd keep it the same price, but you're right. I mean, everything else is kind of going up. Your home cost,
Right.
food cost, all of those things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I'd like to say I'd keep it the same price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fault them for it at all. I just, when I drove
Yeah.
by and I was like, oh, maybe I should grab some eggs from them. I haven't done that in a while. And I could see the sign. I was like, wow.
While we're on the topic of chickens and roosters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we're in Puerto Rico, and we're in this Airbnb. We love the nicest people running this Airbnb, and everyone around us seems to have a rooster. And I'm up in the middle of the night, compiling things for the blog, populating the blog because I know we're going to go out for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So 3:26 on the dot, the first rooster goes off. And the first couple of days, we didn't have the air conditioning because of the power outage in Puerto Rico. So the windows were open, and Kate's a light sleeper to begin with.
So early.
And I was up with it too. And I'm thinking to myself, it's a pretty congested neighborhood. The houses are probably 10 feet apart from each other. I'm thinking to myself, the hens are the ones that fucking lay the eggs. Am I right?
Yeah.
The roosters don't lay the eggs.
No.
Breaking news.
Breaking fucking news, right?
The rooster's
So
just
what-
laying the hens.
So right. So so Vito Ferrara's with us. Maybe he'll give us a little bit of a input on this. Why the fuck, in a congested neighborhood, does everybody have to have the roosters? Can't you just have the hens?
Yeah. Well, if you're just
And no one cares. No one cares about
But
this?
are those people's roosters? Or are those just wild roosters and wild hens?
No, they're on the property. They seem to be
Okay.
part of their houses and stuff. They're not wild. They're not just roaming down the middle of the street. They're on people's properties, gated properties.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody had a gate.
I don't know. I mean, maybe people are breeding.
Vito, I want you to explain to me what the need for fucking, and I don't know how. So the driveway that was next to ours, there was a chain link fence, and the fucking rooster was right on top of it. And after a couple of nights of not getting the best sleep when we didn't have the air, I just had the vision of the fucking shotgun and taking this fucking thing. I just see a plume of feathers like.
Well, Jamie just commented.
Away
Yeah, that's what Jamie just said. The roosters protect the flock.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting.
So I was hoping that I was going to get some reasonable answer why that they would endure the cackling early in the morning.
So it's not just sexual.
Oh, well, I wasn't thinking.
But Vito, go back up to Vito's
Vito
comment.
had-
I liked his comment.
Okay.
So he said they put out like 10 dozen on a Fridays. That for $5, they're gone by 10 a.m. They don't make money. Feed is expensive and water too. So for them, it's a community thing. So that's a
I love
great
that.
one side of it, And so if you need to make a little money and cover your costs, maybe it is $8 or $10 a dozen.
Yeah. I don't begrudge anybody. Like, listen, I don't begrudge anybody to charge whatever they want to charge. And if things back up and they can't sell them, then that's how the market works.
Now I need to know where Vito's house is, though, so I
I'll
can
tell
drive
you.
by.
Yeah.
and-
Cumberland
Grab some
Road.
eggs.
You go to
Okay.
Cumberland
All right.
Road, and as soon as you make the turn, on the right hand side, he has the
You might
thing.
not want everyone to know.
Well, it's public.
Channel 11.
Vito says you don't need the rooster to get the eggs. They keep the hens in line and warm. They keep the hens in line and warm the predators. Warn. Jesus, my eyes are so fucked.
Here, let me give you a hug.
Does that look like warm? Does it look like warm? Just tell me if I'm crazy. Does that say warm or does
It
it say
says warm. It does say warm.
Okay.
It does say warm.
Thank you.
Fair.
Yeah, thank you. Jesus, I'm going
Maybe
crazy.
Vito would tell us if he meant worn or warm. Maybe he meant warm.
Oh, Bill Wren, Pat's illegitimate lover that overserves her at the Emerson Inn, has chimed in. Having raised chickens, there is an ongoing feed cost. Depending on how big the flock is, they may have. I'm sorry. My eyes. It's my eyes. Depending on how big the flock is, they may be having to pay more for the feed. Just wondering, but $10 seems high. But when you have the big flock, you could get more money, I guess. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Big flock.
Big flock energy.
Big flock energy.
I see you have coming.
Big flock energy, baby. That's all I'm saying. Big flock energy. Nicole, we haven't got to one of your topics.
Do I have a topic?
Yeah, you do.
Where?
Pros and cons of a shared or joint Facebook account.
Oh no, I don't have a.
That was mine.
Oh, that was Chris.
That was
Chris
mine.
Langanopoulos. Oh, sorry. Sorry. This
No,
is,
sometimes you see people that have a shared Facebook account.
I sent a
I
graphic
sent-
before,
this is
yeah.
my
So
comic, like a while ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that the Spanx have one, and they're always watching.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
well, beyond that,
I don't care. I find it weird. I mean, do what you will. But is it a trust thing?
Well, I think
it's a
it's
trust
a
thing.
case by case thing. I think sometimes, I've heard stories that it's like a trust thing. But then I think there's sometimes just like couples that have been together a long time. They don't want to manage multiple social accounts, and they're just keeping up with their friends.
Phil Scannell is on here. We should ask Phil.
And
Who goes by the pseudonym Lynn
Lynn
Scannell.
Lynn Scannell.
case in point.
So Phil, we'd like to know why you have the pseudo name Lynn Scannell. But yeah, no, I always, it's always a little sus to me.
Yep.
Little sus to me.
Yep.
There's that. Okay. Next, Chipotle ketchup follow-up report.
Oh, did you eat the ketchup?
I have not eaten the
We
ketchup
have
yet.
not either yet.
I didn't get a ketchup. Otherwise, I'd be happy to.
Well, because you
report on
didn't
it.
show up.
I'm kidding. I know.
Sure.
Gotta show up if you want the ketchup.
I have one.
You
for
can't. You can't win if you don't play.
You know what? I'm going to give you one. Do you guys eat a lot of ketchup?
The boys.
I mean, I don't, but I love Chipotle, so I would.
She can have mine.
Chipotle.
She can have mine.
Chipotle.
She can have mine.
You're not going to try the ketchup?
I make my own.
You're regifting my gift.
I'm gonna regift. I'm gonna
Remember
regift
the
the
day he
Chipotle thing.
regifted the bourbon things? Joey is a big regifter.
Huge regifter because I don't like clutter, so I like to.
It's good to know.
Oh,
Your ketchup
wait,
is-
wait.
Oh,
Shut
oh,
up.
get this
Open
way.
up your closet, your car, Eloise's bedroom, the
The shop.
You don't like clutter?
I gotta put my, no.
Thank you, Pat.
Not
Joey
buying it.
Clutter Shimataro.
Not buying.
I'm the one who organized the
You
whole
organized
fucking
my
shop.
You're-
I put up the shelves. I
Oh.
organized. Well, we put up the shelves.
Okay.
It was my idea.
I
I got all the stuff and said this is where we should put it. I organized it, and Jimmy is the grill. He's the drill guy.
The
He's the
video
executor.
will be coming shortly this afternoon
Oh.
when we get down
Ooh.
to that.
Can't wait.
Stick around here for a little bit. We can get some great
No,
footage.
thank you.
Great footage.
This is fun.
So I have my
So
call
you
sick.
get how this all works. Everybody just fucking teams up against me.
Yeah.
Oh, Joey's the victim. Here goes Joey's the victim.
Hashtag Joey's a victim. Hashtag Joey's a victim.
Anyone who's watched the podcast from the doc probably already knows this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Oh, nice, Pat.
Jamie, nice. I love it. I love it. Jamie Langanopoulos says, "Take them back. They are not Chipotle ketchup worthy,
Mm.
much like the Seinfeld episode, not sponge worthy."
Well, and here's the comment from
That is great. Lynn's comment is
Yeah,
perfect.
Phyllis from Lowell, Mass, and has a very checkered past. That's it. Oh wow, this is maybe the first time of all times that the Spanx have stuck up for me.
Yeah, it is. Probably, maybe the last.
I think that there's
I
some
love them.
sarcasm.
Now
in
they're
that
back
part,
in the-
Joey. I
no,
don't really
they're-
know if they're sticking
No. There's no
You're
sarcasm.
reading it wrong.
No sarcasm.
Invite them to come here.
There's no. Look at this place.
I think they're saying poor Joey.
All
not
right.
poor
After
Joey.
this, no, we're gonna go around. After this, we're gonna go around and we're gonna say what
No,
shit is of Kate's is fucking laying
No,
around,
No, we're
and what
definitely
shit
not.
of Joey's is
No,
fucking
I'm
laying
sure
around.
not.
All right.
You want like the yard sale stickers?
I have
Red if
I
it's.
just-
Oh, it's easy to now all of a sudden. Anyway,
My suitcase,
Telling you.
The-
my purse, and my
Yeah.
pile.
Watch
of-
let's go downstairs and see how it
Here
goes.
comes, I know.
All right.
It's like this flying bullets.
She likes sitting there.
Hooters.
Oh, right.
Hooters plans to rebrand as a family-friendly restaurant. Good or bad idea? Hooters needs to just fucking pack it up.
Drew Hale, Mike Rogers, and I were talking about this last night because I saw an article, actually probably from you sharing it.
Probably.
And they were talking about a place down in Florida,
Twin Peaks.
that they said legitimately has awesome food.
Phenomenal food. And beer chilled to
28 degrees. That's right. We were talking about you in the
And-
28-degree.
And they have digital readouts on all their taps telling them how cold their beer is. Like it's accurate. It's not like it's science. Like we're all in on science.
Yep.
28 degrees. They pour the beer in a frosted mug, and there's ice crystals of beer right along the top. And I always said, if someone in Gloucester, I always thought when Halibut Point was still Halibut
I
Point,
was gonna say that.
right on the back, they should have put a big sign that says, "We chill our beer to 28 degrees,"
Yeah.
and I think it would have been a huge selling point.
What does that have to do with Hooters?
So Hooters, the food is fucking horrible. Like if you've been to Hooters in the last 7 years,
No.
it's been bad. It's really like
I haven't been in.
frozen chicken, terrible. There's no redeeming menu item at Hooters.
The chicken wings used to have like their wings. They fry them, and they used to come out. There'd always be like stray feathers still on.
Oh god. Oh god.
That's like the worms in my fish story.
Oh,
I can't have either of those things. The fact that you just said that, I might never have another wing again.
Oh god. Anyway, I think that they either need to double down on the original Hooters themes with the bikini contests and everything else, or just fold up, because
Yeah.
I mean the family, family restaurant Hooters, like that just doesn't, just you're diluting everything. So like instead of being good at something, you're bad at everything.
Yeah.
You see what the analogy is? That right?
Focus.
Dial it in.
However, Hooters is right next to Hockey Town on Route 1, and the boys have been known after games to like to go for wings.
What,
So,
13-year-old boys want to
it's
go
been-
see Hooters?
I'll see if I can find
What a
photo
surprise.
for
They
you,
like the
but
wings.
They like the wings.
That sounds like me talking about Twin Peaks. I love the fucking queso.
The beer, the 28-degree beer is just so good.
It legitimately is awesome. Okay, so we got that going for us. A Major League Beer price comparison graphic.
This was interesting.
Yes, it was.
This is amazing.
Nope, that's the wrong one. My fault.
The look on Joey's face when you put up the wrong
And
graphic.
this was a Chris McCarthy submission. So I just want to note that this week, of all the submissions that we've gotten in our group thing about what are we going to cover this week, I don't think there's been a single Chris McCarthy poop submission this week.
But you had to bring it up.
He fell off.
I mean,
he fell off.
we just are
No,
ratio
but I think
of-
you're right. I don't think there was a.
I think he's enjoying his last month down in Naples, like before he comes back to the misery.
I'd just like to congratulate Chris on a big week.
Big week.
Yeah.
Big week.
very excited.
So look at these prices. This is wild. $14. Oh my God. Again, my eyes. Can you read that top one? Is that the Nationals? That looks like the Washington Nationals.
Yep.
$10.99 at Baltimore, which I've always wanted to go to Camden Yards. $10.50 at
So nice
Chicago, Cubs and White Sox and the Red Sox. And San Francisco Giants, $9. $8.01 for the Pittsburgh Pirates, who every year has the lowest payroll in the league and the worst team. They just don't pay for players. $8.49 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Beer Town, brewed in Milwaukee, $8. Oh my God, my eyes. Texas Rangers. The Phillies are $7.69, $7.50 for Astros, Mets, and Cincinnati Reds. $7 for, I think that's the Tigers and the Athletics. $6 for the Yankees. What a value!
Wow.
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, you're right.
The Yankee Stadium. God bless the Yankee Stadium. I hate the Yankees, but God, you can't argue with that. Anyway, the point is, what do you think? I won't buy a beer at Fenway Park. As a matter of fact, the only way I buy any drinks at the Garden is if someone bought the tickets, and I'll buy the beers, because that's what you do. You take care of the person that buys the tickets. Having said that, what do you think? What is the price that you think is a reasonable price to pay for, say, a 16-ounce beer at a game? $10?
Yeah.
I say $10.
Yeah, I'd say less.
Less?
Like I'd be happy. Yeah, I'd be happy with 8.
Just still ask for
I mean, 10 it's nothing short of price gouging for a 16-ounce beer.
Yeah.
Like, because they're only serving Bud Lights and
No, I know, but it's still.
I know.
You figure they gotta make. You're gonna pay a premium, but like, what's the premium? That
well,
it's not outrageous.
isn't the premium your $165 ticket?
Yeah. No, I
different-
listen. I mean,
different
as you can see, $6 at the Yankee Stadium. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's showing it can be done.
We all know I get dorky about Fenway Park and whatever, but I think that the price of the beer is part of the experience. Like if you're going to go to a ball game at Fenway and have a beautiful day, you know, it's like a staycation. It's part of you go and you expect to pay more, and it's part of the experience. And I mean, you're not going to go and have 9 beers, but you know, I went with Finn last weekend. I didn't have a beer because I was hanging out with Finn and had to go to work afterwards. But if I go to a normal game, I'm gonna have 2 beers. I don't really care what they cost.
Yeah,
because
yeah, $10. $10 is bad. $14 is egregious.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
$14 is egregious.
I went
It's
to
really
a
15.
concert
Yeah.
at the Garden a couple of years ago with my best friend, and we said like, let's go get a drink, and we wanted to get vodka sodas. So that we went to this one bar, and it was in like along the the concourse or whatever. They said, "Do you want a single or a double?" So we said, "Well, why don't we get a double?" We got these 2 drinks. I think it was $72
Yeah.
for 2
Yeah.
drinks, and they weren't doubles like this. They were regular size
Yeah.
vodka sodas.
Now all the kiosks are. We
Crazy.
talked about this after I went to a Bruins game, but a lot of them are self-check. You know, you go in, you take what you want out of the little refrigerators, and then you check out, and then the chip thing comes up on the screen. And I was like, I did all the work.
Right.
What are you? And then you like feel bad not pressing 15 or 20%, but I'm like, nobody did anything for me other
There
than
was,
check my license.
So one of the ballparks had the type of beer where you brought your cup up and then pushed it down and it came filled up. So
Oh.
you would fill it up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Oh, they have that
At the airport.
they
there's a
have that
beer
at
thing,
the
yeah.
seat the table.
Yeah.
You put the cup in it, you push it down, and
Yep.
it fills from the bottom.
Yep.
There's
Really?
a hole in the
Yeah.
bottom.
Oh,
I
It's
took
wild.
pictures of this at a bar at an
Never seen
airport
that.
somewhere and on the way to Nashville. It's so cool.
And,
And
that
then
was
the cup has like a little plug on it. It's
right,
fascinating.
and that's supposed to move, because the beer line can get. We all know, the guy's
Yeah.
point. But that was something they did. It did move the line quite quick, but so many people were like, "Come here, Bobby, look at it!" And they're throwing the cups on it. I mean, it was, but it was good. It just filled that cup right up. I think there's something with pricing. If you went to here, it only cost this,
Oh, wow.
and then if you went higher, it cost. Then they had
Interesting.
somebody right there, and when you're walking out, they would charge you what you put.
So
in
it
the cup.
fills it from the bottom. So there's a cover on the top.
No,
No.
I have a video. I'll find it when we get off. That was fascinating.
Oh, interesting.
it is pretty interesting.
Todd, I sent you a graphic on
Okay.
So
Facebook.
we're going right now to the graphic that I spent 2 hours making on our plane ride back from Puerto Rico, and you're about to board a 10-hour flight, and where do you sit? And I'm going to name off I tried to make this evened out, like, and all the potential mayoral candidates got aisle seats, so they couldn't say that there was some malfeasance in the organization of this. But we'll go across from. You have the 2. So you have the number is where you would sit. These are potential spots on the plane that you would sit on a 10-hour flight. Number 2, right next to Safathia, and my sister Felicia is on the aisle. Then you have Mayor Verga, and then an empty seat at 1 next to, and then Ralph DeGiorgio is on the inside, the window seat. Then you have Pat Dalpiaz next to Tracy O'Neill, next to an empty aisle seat. And then you have an empty aisle seat next to me and McCarthy on the window seat. Jimmy Dalpiaz, the sexiest man on the planet, right there on the window seat next to 6. Paul Lundberg, my mom, Pat. Anthony Saputo with a martini next to 5. 7 is a window seat next to Drew Hale in the middle, and my beautiful wife Kate in the aisle seat because she's got to be in the aisle. And we have Jeff Wordley with a middle seat open next to Scotty Mack and with the window seat. So I want to hear. Why don't we start with you? What seat are you taking?
Is there an upcharge? Are there any extra legroom seats? Or they're all the same?
All the same.
Well,
You do have, you obviously have window seats and aisle seats available here.
well, these are. I'm gonna take where the seat is out because usually I do like to sit on the aisle.
So you're taking that out of the equation.
Out of the equation.
So you're
I'm going with the company. I'm gonna sit with Kate and Drew because I think I'm gonna laugh a lot.
I think. Oh, there you go. There you go. And Bill Wren. I'm shocked that Bill Wren. Oh, Bill Wren has to be in Pat's row. He says number three, and he's gonna be buying the beers on that. He's gonna be buying the martinis for Pat. Get her all liquored up. Nicole, where are you? Where are you? Yeah. Special powder. Nicole, where are you at?
I mean, I don't want to be redundant, but I think, I'll go anywhere Drew Hale goes. Right. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Drew Hale, very popular pick.
Caitlin,
Very popular pick.
right?
She's so happy over there. I'm so happy. It's about me. Jimmy, where are you going?
Well, he's already on the plane.
No, but he can pretend you're not on. Are you gonna sit next? Are you gonna sit next to your
Where's
clone?
Jimmy?
Jimmy's right there.
I was trying to find the video of the beer dispenser, so I tuned out a little bit. Well, obviously, I mean, I would sit with Jimmy too. I miss Jimmy was there.
Oh, so she's out on your row.
No, I said two. I said it would be a tough
No, you can't do that,
All right.
Nicole. Take a fucking
said
stand.
you
Take a stand. Jimmy,
could, I
take a
would
stand. Go ahead, Jimmy. Where are you going?
I would probably be serving all you people.
Okay.
I'd be
Thanks
going
for
up and
playing,
down.
Jimmy. Thanks for playing, Jimmy. Amanda.
I love to cook. I'm going to sit with Spathi and Felicia.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, the more we go down this road, the less I like this question. I'm like,
there you go. Pat? No, it's useless.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
No, it was useless because I put it up, but I have the graphic. You wouldn't have seen her, honey.
I'm gonna say 5. Your
5.
mother and Anthony.
Oh,
I kind of like a window.
That's a good.
I think that you also the martini, the espresso martini, was in the picture, and that was
that
was a pull for you. Anybody not answer? Kate, where were you gonna sit?
I'm already on the plane.
I know, but say you weren't on
Wherever you are.
Oh, baby.
Oh, wow.
God love her. I'm gonna go. I'm definitely going next to Drew because Drew and Kate.
Next to Drew.
That next to Drew in that aisle. Yeah,
Not
Drew.
next to life.
Drew and Kate. Well, it's not an option. Oh my God.
this was a
I'm
fun
gonna say
segment.
next to Drew.
Okay. Relentless. Yeah, and I think what I wrote on when I posted this was because we'd get hammered, and me and Drew would obviously get hammered. Drew being the bad influence, and Kate would be the designated driver because Kate is.
This was one of my favorite posts you've done. When I saw this pop up there, this was such a good post.
It was a lot of work to get it all that
So
symmetrical.
what are the results?
Was there a live
There
poll?
was a lot of. It was pretty even between 7, 5, and 4. I think there was 1 vote for 8 next to Wordley. I think there was 1 vote next to Jimmy and Paul Lundberg, and I don't think there was any votes for poor Ralph and the mayor. 0 votes for number 1.
Wait, can I was just scrolling through Facebook and Cozy Family Farm Market and gifts. Buy one dozen, get the second dozen half off for eggs.
How much?
Oh.
How much is
I
it?
don't know what the price
$25.
Right.
They're not in Rockport anymore, though, are they? I'm not sure where they are.
Yeah, I think they're-
Oh, they are. Well, they had that little shop downtown, but I don't think that's there anymore.
I think they do it right from the farm.
Oh yeah.
I think so. I think you're
Chris, you
right.
want to watch the video
yeah.
of how the beer thing works?
That little shop they had downtown Rockport was really well stocked, dude. They had like all the perfect little items for.
Well, the comments here, just since we've been talking.
Oh, thank you.
Overwhelmingly number 7.
Oh, of course, yes. I would.
Well, it's that kind of crowd.
Yeah.
It is that kind of crowd, yeah.
Did Warren chime in? Where's Warren this morning?
No, I haven't seen Warren this morning.
Maybe there's another horse show today.
At the Equestrian Center.
It's interesting. Some people made it about
Where the seed is.
where the seat is.
Somewhere about the company.
That's not. Oh, Lisa Frontiero Tilsey is. Pat, we got a little spam thing there. If you want to take care of
Sorry, I
that.
didn't see it. Thank you.
No, it just came in. Lisa Frontiero Tilsey. Good morning to you, Jamie. Where else? Timmy Matheson joining us. Nice to see Grace Messeri Skola's with us. Mike Bertolino, Rebecca Ellen Thatcher Lord. That's the first time I've seen that name, I think. Mary Lou Ward. Who is that? Oh,
That's
Lord
horrible.
and Ward. Okay.
What's horrible?
What?
Somebody wrote that's horrible. I don't know what they were talking about. There's so many choices.
I think it was. Oh God.
It was a couple of topics.
Yeah, it was. It was a little bit. behind.
Probably the chicken wing feathers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very
I agree.
highly likely. Highly likely. I think. Are we?
So
oh,
what's that? So how's that cover? You move the boat away from the shed? Is it? What are you gonna do?
oh.
What's the plan?
Well, I moved it away from the shed. I was going to clean it using my Tier 1 marine products from
Yep.
TJ, which work ridiculously. I mean, they're like magic.
It's called Marine Magic.
One of the projects, right?
Yeah,
One of the
that's
projects.
the,
And I'm going to have my transducer fixed, which tells you the depth.
Mhm.
I have a GPS that we put in the chart plotter last year, but I didn't hook up I wasn't good enough to hook up the transducer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to have the transducer put on, and it was supposed to rain for 4 straight days. And if you see the big trees have all these buds on them,
Yep.
I didn't want to uncover the boat
Right.
and have all those buds fall in there and stain everything. So as soon as the transducer's fixed, boom, 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 and then
Boom. In.
she's
No.
going in.
Awesome.
She's going in. You sent Pat a graphic. What was the?
Oh yeah, just this is something I found out about this morning. Must be the last one there. So the Legion in Manchester this morning, which is a great Legion hall right on the water. That they've been in the middle of like a capital campaign. They're doing some improvements, replacing the roof, things like that. I always like to support them over at the Legion. So they're doing a brunch today. Kettle Cove Catering is doing it. It's $15 a person. That's Todd Crane. I don't know. Some people probably know Todd Crane. He's a great cook.
Yeah.
So that's him, Kettle Cove Catering. So $15 a person, open to the public, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So
Bloody Marys?
Oh yeah, I have Bloody Marys. That's for sure.
Good Bloody Marys there.
Yep.
We
Yeah,
as
those
as
at
we
the-
as we know
Yeah.
at the cardboard boat races.
Yeah. So
Tremendous.
yeah, if you happen to be in the Manchester area, you're looking for brunch, stop by the Legion. I'm sure it'll be fun.
I mentioned Pauline.
You have a concert coming up.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that. So yeah, I've been working on a new music project, 6-piece band. So we'll be doing our first our debut gig at the early show on Friday, June 6th at the Rome Line. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for coming into the shop yesterday. And we're going to tell one more time, go to Pat. I'll do it. We have a podcast prize. We have a podcast prize.
Sorry.
If you share the podcast.
0 shares right now.
What?
0.
I shared.
How is that possible? 0 shares?
People didn't say share?
Right.
Well, if one person shares it right now and we say and we do the raffle, then they're gonna win it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's that. Yeti Aspesi, thank you for the support for the leaf blower reversal. Big vote tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Rockport High School. Vote is to reverse the ban. So I don't know if people are familiar with this. I stand with the landscapers and the golf attendants, golf superintendents. They've been trying to get rid of these leaf blowers. There was a push in East Gloucester that got shot down. There was a push in Rockport right now, and to reverse the ban. They have a ban right now to reverse the ban. They got the signatures to reverse the ban.
So is the ban like no use at all? What's or
I don't
certain
wanna-
hours?
I don't want to speak out of turn. I think it's a
I think
ban.
it's all gas blowers.
All
and you
gas
use electric.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
So speaking to some superintendents and some lawn maintenance people, the electric for larger scale lawns and stuff, the electric blowers are absolutely not efficient enough to get the job done. You like the amount of blowers and batteries that you would need.
Yeah.
Like you would need like a garage full of batteries charging every night, which kind of like is counterintuitive to like saving from being able to do it with one powerful gas powered blower.
Yeah.
And for a million different reasons, like I talking to Chris Donato at Bass Rocks, like it's completely the man hours that it would take is like 10 to 1 man hours to do it with the real like industrial leaf blower compared to a
There's a big difference
Airball.
between gas and electric.
or hand by hand. Like it's just impossible. It's not reasonable. And a lot of these laws, they sound like good laws, and then selectmen or whatever, they vote, and it's just a stroke of the pen to them, but they don't know how bad they've affected people's livelihoods and lives. And I think this is one of those cases that I hope the people of Rockport will turn out and support. The How did JD write it? 'Cause I want to make sure I say it the right way, because these votes can be like the no vote is yes and the yes vote is no.
Right.
So I want to make sure I say it the right way. Okay, I'm sorry, Pat. You do it. I'll keep my hand off the thing.
Vote maybe.
Good idea.
I'll keep my hand off the button. Thank you, Joey, for the support on the leaf blower.
Yes.
Vote
To overturn
yes will
the ban.
reverse the ban.
Mhm.
So a yes vote will get those blowers back. JDSC also says you would have to run a gas-powered gas generator all day on the back of a landscape truck just to charge the batteries, which defeats the purpose.
Hmm.
So so if I'm a landscaper, and the leaf blowers get the gas plowed leaf blowers get banned, I throw a generator on the back of the truck. It's 3 times as loud.
Right.
And we know how.
And then they're gonna have to go back to the thing to ban generators. See how that works out.
Then just ban electricity.
Ban electricity. Ban it all.
Puerto Rico.
Just cut all the trees down.
Ban them all. Okay, we're 10:08. We're over our allotted time. Do we have any shares yet?
Shared.
We have one.
6 shares.
6 shares. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. We have 6 shares. Okay, so we're gonna go to our handy dandy.
The hat
Picker.
will be at the store today until 3, and in the store, I don't recollect the hours this week, but I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think.
There you go. And thank you everybody that came by yesterday. We had some good sales yesterday. It seems like people are out shopping again, and really well received. Actually, I'll give people time to share it, and I'm gonna run D Noble. I'm here with D Noble, the legend.
I am the legend.
What's going
I'm the
on?
legend of Good Morning Gloucester
Let's
attire. I just stopped in and Joey let me try on this nice, beautiful hoodie. Doesn't matter that I only have 5 of them in this color. It's perfect with my white pants
But you get them all the time, and what is the reason
do.
you always come back and get them?
because they are completely comfortable. I get loads of compliments on them. I wear them anywhere. I bought them for my father, my husband, my son. Look at it. It's perfect. It's got Cape Ann. It's got Don't Feed the Locals. The color is spectacular.
It is.
Joey only ever picks blue because of his eyes, but that works. I guess that's it. So an awesome
I want you
shirt.
to give people, because
So this
it doesn't do it justice
this
just
is
looking
really
at it.
cute. This is oatmeal.
Yeah.
For those that are worried about the color, check that in. Home, and there's our logo again. This is the softest T-shirt I've ever had. Ever. Maybe ever, Joe. Maybe.
Yeah.
I would wear this T-shirt as pajamas and then have one for going out because this is super cute.
Ring
Super-
spun cotton, the highest
Close-
quality cotton ever.
Is it really?
Yeah, that is really, really good.
I love the oversized. They're so comfortable. This is the extra large, but
Yeah.
I can wear this.
There you go.
And it's nice to have something that isn't just blue, Joe.
Right, there you go. That's
We
what
got
Pat,
an
Pat,
oatmeal.
Pat tells me that all the time.
I mean, everything is blue. Girls don't wear blue on blue. Like, I'm not wearing that with jeans. I'm not wearing this with jeans. Blue on blue.
All right, I got
yeah.
to think outside the box.
Yeah, that's why the vest is the bomb.
Yeah.
Goes over the navy blue.
There's only 2 vests left,
Oh, you're kidding.
and they're both on the $20 rack.
That's funny. My whole family has them, so maybe that's why. They're on the $20 rack.
This right here, this
We
rack
need
right
another
here,
one?
that rack right there, everything on that rack is $20.
Yeah, no, this is so comfortable. This is so soft. I love it.
Thank
I
you,
love
D.
it. And I love this. that I have
Boom.
on.
Come on in. All right, there we go. We're gonna do our pick.
She thought she wasn't going to do a good job, but she did a great
She
job.
did a phenomenal job. That's why we bring in the heavy hitters. Here we go.
7. I'm sorry, you're 7.
Oh no, I gotta change it to 7 now.
That's on. Sorry.
Thank you.
Late one coming in.
So now we can say happy anniversary to Stephen
Mhm.
D.
Yeah.
Now that you're regenerating
Yeah.
your numbers.
Happy
Is it
anniversary.
their anniversary of, that must be
The
their
day they
wedding?
met, I think.
'Cause
it
they-
was.
Okay.
Okay, they
Here,
met it.
here comes the shake, and
Number 6.
oh wow,
Julie Shoebridge.
Julie Shoebridge, nice. You know what? I don't remember her ever winning, and she's always doing it.
Chuck wins. Remember Chuck won like 12 weeks in
Yeah.
a row or
Yeah.
something.
Animal. All right, there you go. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming. Congratulations on your new position. Say hi to Deb for me. And we're going to go out with, who should we go out with?
Annie Brobst.
Annie Brobst. You got it. Annie Brobst. See you, everybody.